Like, you protect your own, you keep it in the clubhouse even if you don't like certain people. What's lovely about the Flash is the code still applies, but we don't have to use it because there's such good humans. And not only that, when we lost, or when Robbie went off to greener pastures or more expensive projects, it was difficult for me and for a lot of us to lose Rob because he's so talented and so good. And what occasionally occurs on a long-running show is when you lose one person, it has a bigger effect than you might think. And what we've been blessed with is having Danny and Hartley jump in. Like, Carlos and I have been there from the beginning, and we can both attest that you don't always know what you're going to get. Sometimes the guests can come in and they can just be like, oh, I can't, and it really has a far-reaching effect when you don't like them.
Right.
To get two people like this to come in and be part of our cast who are like two of the best, not just the best people I've met in the entertainment industry, but two of the best humans I have ever met. And anybody that knows them will attest that it's true. To have them come in and bring their talents to our show has been a godsend. It really does add a breath of fresh air. And when you talk about how well the stuff gets along, are you touching me?
I'm paying you for these donuts.
Stop talking.
The donut.
No, I thought I had a donut.
It's like a bottomless bag.
Exactly. That's a good name for a movie, The Bottomless Bag.
I don't want to know what happens in
Yeah, I was gonna say
that's my answer. I love them. They're amazing.
And Danielle, how about you? Talk to us about your experience in the show.
Tom Cavanaugh's my favorite person.
I'm back to being your favorite person.
On the planet. You know that. Just don't tell anyone.
Don't tell the others.
Otherwise, they're gonna get weird about it.
Don't tell the others.
My experience on the show has been like it's just lucky and fortunate, and I work with these guys except for Robbie because
one day
can't afford
them. One day, if I get the opportunity to be on an Amazon show, I pray that it is Robbie's.
The Flash is a lovely springboard.
I think so. I think so.
I feel like if Robbie can do it,
I'm gonna stick with until this is over, and then hopefully Robbie will have me on his show.
Anytime.
Thank you.
If it's my show.
I hope you guys don't mind. I'm doing a little career.
He'll be off that show and off the movie stardom by then. But yeah, we know what you're saying.
I love how the panelists just become us propping Robbie's career up. It's very it's like an intervention.
You guys are like, we want to hear about Saboteur.
That's because the Flash is
your
a
cicada.
family.
Well, it's nice to have him. All right, should we get some questions from the audience?
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, just line up in an orderly fashion and make sure you guys are nice and close to the mic, and feel free to adjust it. You know, we have varying sizes and height, so yeah, have at her. I can't really see you guys too clearly.
No, we're blasting like 10Ks right now.
Let's start over here. We'll start on this side. Go ahead.
Is it on? Okay.
Yeah.
So, how long does an episode usually take to make, including...
Where are you? So we can look at you.
Over there.
Right there.
That's an answer. Oh, there?
Yeah. So how long does it usually take to make an episode, including editing?
Oh, that's a Kavanaugh question.
That's tough. Yeah. I mean,
How many have you directed now?
I've directed more than these people would care to talk about, I'm sure.
No, you directed my first episode that I ever did, and it was amazing.
You're
It
generous.
was an amazing experience because you're an amazing director.
I'm Canadian. Are you guys Canadian? I don't compliment well. It's very difficult. Canadians don't compliment well. We love it. When I'm later tonight, I'll be like, that was such a lovely thing for Hartley to say, but right now I'm embarrassed. So, quickly, you have 2 weeks to prepare the episode, and then we shoot it approximately over a 2-week period, but 8 shooting days. We do not shoot on the weekend. So we shoot 8 shooting days, and then we do 1 extra day, a 9th day, to get some of the stuff that we missed. And then you have 2 weeks to edit it. So overall, it's just basically a 6-week project to do 1 episode. But for the filming, for the actually day-to-day filming, we shoot a Monday to a Friday and then 3 days the next week with 1 added on.
Thank you.
Cool, great question.
Those are numbers.
Go ahead on this side.
First off, I want to say I love every single one of you guys. You do a fantastic job on the show. Ralph and Cecile are probably 2 of my favorite additions in the past 2 seasons, so thank you for, coming on.
To love. Your 2 favorite additions.
2 of the latest favorite additions. I mean,
He just keeps couching it.
Sherlock is okay. Anyways,
nice. We would have done that all night. Good.
My question is actually for Robbie. I just met him about
Thank
15
God.
minutes ago. Cody, But I asked you a question at your table about Cody.
Yep.
So I told you it was going to be related. My question is, how did you and your brother Steven come up with the concept or idea of Cody?
I've stopped correcting, but I'm sure people
First
know what I have
off-
to say. He's my cousin. Our dads are brothers. And his name's Stefan, not Steven.
My bad.
No, I'm just kidding. So we always wanted to work together. We got a small taste of it on The Flash at the end of season 1 with the superhero team up, which was really, really fun and one of my favorite on-screen moments. We were shooting outside of BC Place. Is it still BC Place? Is it Rogers something?
Yeah, it is, but they are going to change the name soon.
Okay. Anyway, we're standing at BC Place. It's late. There's a little bit of rain, and we were facing off against Tom as Reverse Flash, which was just so
Reverse
cool.
Flash.
But we didn't even say a word to each other. There were multiple versions of the script where we spoke, and they were like, "No, it's too weird. You guys can't talk to each other." Then after that, we were just like, this was really cool. It'd be fun to work together. So my friend Jeff, who directed Cody, we talked about doing a short film, and Steve was supposed to be in it, but ultimately we couldn't shoot it in the window that he had between seasons. So we shot the short film without him. Sung Kang was in it, and then obviously Steve was a huge part of the Indiegogo campaign. And then we just shot the feature over the last 2 summers in Toronto. It's so good. I'm really excited for you guys to see it. If you haven't seen it, if you go to code8.com, you can watch the short film. We released a 1-minute teaser because we didn't want to give a trailer. We don't want to give anything away. Steve and I aren't even in the teaser. We just like we don't want to tell you guys our relationship in the movie because a lot of people that back the movie, you know, are fans and friends of ours. So the movie's really, really great. I'm really proud of it. We have our very first screening is actually in Vancouver, Wednesday, April 24th. So that'll be the first time that we screen the movie for anybody. But the movie's really good. I hope you guys love it. It's fast. It looks really expensive because our visual effects company is amazing.
Yeah, that teaser looks great.
It's fun. It's really cool. But we didn't really come up with the concept. Steve and I just knew we wanted to work together, and luckily we have really talented friends who helped it come together, and really amazing fans who helped fund it.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thanks.
Thank you, and have a great rest of Fan Expo.
Thanks, man. You too.
Okay, over here, go ahead.
Hello again. I have 2 questions. What's your favorite off-scene shenanigans from the Flash between seasons 1 to 5? What's your favorite funny moments / behind-the-scenes moments of the cast?
Who's going to tackle that one?
Well, I'm kind of the new guy, so.
Did you get punked or anything when you first came on set, or are there
A lot of hazing, a lot of paddling, a lot of paddling, yeah.
That's a paddling.
That's funny, they didn't paddle me hardly. You got paddled?
Well, it's in my contract, so, yeah.
Oh, okay. I need to go call my agent right now.
Yeah, you should, yeah, it was a good
And
paddling.
thank them.
It was a good paddling.
When I was there, everybody was playing. Sorry for the language, children. There's a card game called Asshole, and the cast was obsessed with it, and everyone hated each other at the time.
You brought it in.
He knows what he's doing.
Everybody would sit around in between takes playing, and whoever lost was furious. And you'd go back to shoot these scenes, and you'd just be staring daggers at each other across the scene.
Depending on the scene, that
And then Uno came up too. Uno was around for a while.
Uno was big, yeah. Now we do, there's a billion things. Here's one that we do, and you have to commit. The idea is when you do it, it doesn't matter if the cameras are rolling, you can't not do it, right? So I posted some of this on the Instagram, but it happens all the time. Blow darts. And if you get shot while the scene's happening, you gotta go down. You can't go down. Blow darts.
It's really annoying and time consuming.
Yeah. It can really be a time waster.
I think he's actually out.
Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry. You have to actually inject him with adrenaline to get him back up. Hey, there you go.
Nice. All right, let's take a question.
That's one of our favorites, yeah.
Oh, sorry, one more follow-up.
You guys want more donuts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Always.
Yes.
And we need a gluten-free option as well.
Yeah, if they have anything gluten-free. No?
Yeah, bring them.
Look, there's like 12 bags there.
How many do you
Stop, no way.
Dude.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
What's your name? Logan, thank you so much. That's really nice.
Give it up for Logan. Donut dispenser. Nice work, dude. Now you guys are going to be able to eat and you can't talk. We'll ask the questions.
The perks of being liked by a bunch of people.
Going straight to my thighs. Okay, this side, go ahead.
My question is, do you guys have a science consultant for the show?
Well, that's a good one.
Like,
I'm the science consultant.
Tyson being like,
I would buy that.
I have a science degree and I'm the science consultant,
Well,
and it's all good.
You deal with high.
All the science is accurate. Who wants a donut? Raise your hand. There you go. Anybody else?
Tone it down. Tone it down.
Oh man, clean up.
Anybody else? There you go. How's the panel going?
This is a terrible idea.
Oh, there you go.
It's like powdered sugar everywhere.
There you go, sir. That man knows what's up.
Yeah, but I mean the writing, it must come from some kind of.
Can I say one thing? That's a boring question. Can I talk about? Yeah, the science is great. Science is great. It's accurate. I want another shameless
It was a
pick.
great question.
Tremendous question. It's accurate. It's all vetted. We sometimes have to go to different universes to test. That's called the empirical method. To test whether it'll work on a different planet or a different Earth. And everything we've gone and done on different planets has tested perfectly. So there you go. So, a shameless plug about the backstage hijinks, because you got to plug your thing. Tom and Grant, available on tomandgrant.com, is pretty much born out of. It's a short film. You guys have to watch this. It's awful and shameless. It's got blood, semen, gunfire, car chases. It's right up your alley, folks. And if you go to tomandgrant.com, you can get that thing. And basically, it was the genesis of this was all the stupid shit that we do after they say action. So awful and shameless and R-rated that it can't make the PG-rated Flash. But you can own it and watch it on tomandgrant.com or Vimeo. Thank you.
Awesome. Any other non-Flash related projects we want to plug? Let's just get them out of the way now. No? Okay. Let's take a question over here on this side.
Hi, this one's for Tom.
Where are you?
Hi, there you are. Because like some episodes you play more than one character, which episode would be the hardest for you to play so far?
I won't say the hardest, but one of my favorite episodes of all time was, I think, episode 17. It might be 15. I think it's 17. Early on of The Flash, when we didn't know, when you start to do a show, you don't know if you're promised a back half of a season or a second season, and most often our experiences are that you're not going to get another season out of your show. Oftentimes, more likely you're just going to shoot a pilot and it'll never get picked up. And so, when I shot this pilot, it was my third show for Greg Berlanti, and both of those shows lived with the sword of Damocles hanging over it. We were going to get canceled at any time. We got canceled fairly quickly. And Greg Berlanti, who runs all these shows, basically said he really hoped that we could get one season out of The Flash because he would love to have that season 1 on his desk because he loves The Flash so much. And on that season we had, I think, some really clean episodes. And when I say clean, I mean they weren't difficult storylines, they made sense. And in that episode of which I'm speaking, I, as the Reverse Flash, am outed. I kill Cisco, and I think Carlos Valdez is a mercurial talent, one of the most talented people I have ever met. And in that scene when I kill him, and in that whole episode, he's stunning, he's shockingly good. In that episode, Danielle Panabaker finds out that I'm not who I'm supposed to be. Barry kisses Iris. There's a whole bunch of stuff that happens, and it's just 1 hour of television. And so, to be playing a couple of different roles in that, to be outed, to have a scene where I actually kill a lead character in a scene that we're both, I think, really grateful that we got to do together, that would be a very, very significant moment for me.
Awesome.
You're welcome.
I like the way you didn't want to answer the science question, but you pulled out the sword of Damocles and mercurial. I'm like, somebody needs to ask a lit question. Go.
Outed myself a little bit. But, I like stupid things and donuts.
Okay, let's take a question over on this side.
This one's for Carlos. And is it true that you are leaving after season 5 of The Flash?
He can't answer that question. As his agent, listen, let me explain. Carlos, you can answer it if you want, but if there's the problem, if he does, then the press is going to have access to all of when we're actually leaving these shows. Robbie, clearly, you know about, but if Carlos opens that can of worms, we're going to be all covered with worms in a hurry. It's really difficult, but go ahead if you want.
I got a donut in my mouth.
Yeah, you can't. He'd love to, but he has a donut in his mouth.
Made by the donut. Okay, so we got to keep mom on that stuff. Let's go over here.
Hi, I just want to say thank you very much for coming here, and I love you all. I had a question for Tom, actually.
Please don't.
I'll be quicker this time. Carlos is amazing, as is Danny, Hartley, and Robbie.
On The Flash, you play a lot of different versions of Harrison Wells or Sherlock. And sorry, of course. And I was wondering which one you enjoyed the most.
This could be a one-word answer.
Lots. Not to be politically correct, I really enjoy playing all the different characters, and I'll tell you why. On our show, we have a lot of really winning characters, and sometimes it's nice to add in moments of real douchery and bad human beings, and so I like to add the weakness and the bad aspects that we see sometimes in life, and so sometimes those are the genesis for those characters. That being said, the reason I'm on the show is to be the Reverse Flash, to put on the suit and to cause havoc and to be a supervillain is sort of a raison d'etre. I said raison d'etre.
It impresses me so much, I can't stand it.
Don't be fooled, don't be fooled.
I'm not as smart as you.
Well, you're smarter, you just don't know it yet. That's a line from The Flash.
Thank you, Sherlock.
You always have been, Sherlock. Always have been, always will be.
Okay, over here. Go ahead, thank you.
Hi, I was wondering, what was your favorite moment on The Flash for all the seasons?
I've done mine, go. Hartley?
Oh, we're starting to do my I don't know, that's such a tough one because there's a lot of great moments, a lot of great things, and they start to blend together, but I think, I bring this up a lot, and I know Tom's up here, but I think just that first episode that I did on the show that he directed, that's always going to be something for many years that I carry as just a really great experience with him at the helm and learning how talented of a guy he is, how great of a guy he is, and starting to work with these people except Robbie because he was probably doing his fancy Amazon thing. But everybody except Robbie, it was great. No, but that was something that comes to mind for me. That was just a great experience.
Don't give her all of them.
Danny?
For me, selfishly, my favorite moment was probably when Cecile started adopting everybody else's personalities. Like, I really, really liked being the pizza guy. A lot. And then just ultimately the way that that kind of ended up morphing itself. Because I felt like when I joined the show, I was joining this show that was already really fantastic and had a lot of incredible characters on it already. So I needed to figure out where Cecile was going to fit into all of that when she got powers. And I felt like the best way to do it was to sort of represent the audience's experience and, what it would feel like for me or you or anybody to wake up in the morning and be able to read minds. Like, that would be awesome. So I decided that I wanted to play her that way, and I really enjoyed the beginning of that for her.
My answer is I don't know, it's completely self-involved. So basically, you remember when we did those first Earth 2 episodes? I think it was 213 and 214 where we went to Earth 2 for the first time, and you played Dark Storm.
It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so fun.
Yeah, this guy was great.
I meant you.
Oh, well, I knew that. Anyway, So in that first episode, I believe, in that first one of the two, Jesse Martin plays like the jazz singer version of Joe West, and because Greg Berlanti is awesome, like I had a chance to arrange the accompaniment, the piano accompaniment for the songs that he was singing in that episode. And so then, like, I don't know, it was like to watch that on TV, like, and it was like, it was so bizarre, because I was like, is this actually gonna happen though? Or is this like, yeah, sure, we'll put your arrangements on the TV. And then the show aired and I'm like, wow, I wrote that, like that's crazy, that's on television. So cool. Didn't get any credit for it, but then, you know, that's fine. That's fine. It's all about the work, guys. It's all about the work.
But you do get credit for arranging the music
to
Tom and Grant.
Available now
on Vimeo.com.
It actually is a great little short.
Carlos and I wrote a couple of songs that were we liked them a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's all really, you're a genius. You came up with the ideas for these amazing.
No, I know.
Yeah.
He's like I say, he's a genius. Wait, you gotta. This music is what's the right word? It's different, anti-Trump.
Absurd.
Yes, it's absurd. It's definitely worth checking out.
And Robbie, do you have a favorite moment from your time on the show?
Yeah, actually, I mean, the team up with Steve was really cool, but it was really short. The episode that Carlos was talking about, I actually loved, because Danielle was dying to play Killer Frost for a season and a half leading up to that. And Danielle's just such an amazing person, and she's so sweet, and getting to see her actually like become the bad guy for a minute was really cool. Seeing Cisco play, you know, him getting to do what he wanted to do for a little while, everybody getting to do something a little different, a little weird, and even me getting to just come back for a minute and see, you know, how much these guys had grown in the, you know, season and a half that I had been gone, or the season I had been gone. It was cool. It was really fun.
And Tom?
We heard already.
Yeah, we heard already. How about the current episode I'm doing? No, always the current episode. I love working with all these people. Danny was not in the 100th as much as I would have liked, but the 100th episode was significant for a number of reasons. Robbie was in it. It just, with a lot of it is like, even if we're not in all the episodes, it's hard to get to the century mark, and for us to actually get to triple digits, I think that's never happened to me before personally, and I think there was a measure of satisfaction that because of, this might appear shameless, but it's true, because of your support, it's literally like 5 years after I thought, well, this show will last 7 episodes, and we're still going, and we hit a century mark, so that's something to be pleased about.
Okay, I can't remember which side we're on. Who went last? This side's next? Okay, go ahead over here.
I just wanted to say I love you all, and Hartley, we're gonna get married in the future, so...
I'll bring the donuts.
Sounds good. I just had a question. There's a lot of emotional scenes throughout the series, and I just wanted to know some of the hardest ones for you guys to film.
I'll start. It's emotional to me to hear that you're actually going to choose Hartley. We're all going to be invited though, right? Or
no.
Will you marry me? Tom, will you marry us?
I thought you were engaged to this guy. Yeah, sure. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna. I wouldn't do that to him. He's supposed to be my friend.
No, you have to marry us like you did.
Can you blow dart your fiance?
I'm gonna be the minister.
She wants you to marry us.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like with Grant, you mean?
Yes.
You know what? Can I just like hologram that out to you? Just pretty much the same thing, and just do you,
I guess so.
Hartley? I'll just change the name. Okay, good. Feels like we're going nowhere, spinning in circles right now. Where were we?
Emotional moments.
Emotional
moments.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Tough scenes.
Emotional moments. I will actually. I was not a part of this, but the emotional moment when it's revealed was it season 1 when it's revealed that you reverse Flash and you kill Cisco. That's something. I mean, I know I didn't film that. I wasn't there. I was nowhere near the show at that time. But that's something that strikes out to me as something so genuine and so well acted and so great. And I love that scene. and Carlos is terrific in it, and Tom is terrific in it. And that's, I mean, that's like, I wasn't there when they filmed it. I wish I had been there, because I would have loved to see it.